Just like so many of us expected it would be, Wish is another colossal failure at the box office for Disney. This comes in a 2023 where they have seen flop after flop, failure after failure. Nearly every single thing they've put out has lost money for them, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars. And especially when we take a look at animated movies, what used to be Disney's bread and butter, whether it's Walt Disney Animation, whether it's Pixar, that used to be guaranteed money makers for Disney, no longer the case. In fact, their last several have lost money at the box office. Not just Wish, but things like Strange World, things like Lightyear, and even things like Elemental, which a lot of people want to credit for a good box office recovery. Even that lost a shit ton of money for Disney. At this point, Wish is on pace to maybe not even crack $150 million against its $200 million production budget, a pathetic failure. And now Disney, not only desperate to get some attention on their animated movies, but also desperate to have some movies to release in early 2024, they've made a big announcement. Amidst continued box office struggles, Disney announces theatrical releases for Pixar's Soul, Turning Red, and Luca. Now, if you recall, all of these movies ended up coming out on Disney Plus, and of course international box offices as well, but they didn't come out here domestically because everything that was going on with COVID at the time. Well, as it turns out, just like almost everything at this company, Disney Plus not exactly doing so well. Hasn't exactly made them money. In fact, it's lost them billions of dollars. It has not been good. So now after basically admitting that that was a failure, releasing them on the streaming services, and because they don't have anything coming out till Inside Out 2 sometime in the summer, it looks like they're going to try to pad out the box office with some things that they tried before and didn't work out that well. Soul, Turning Red, and Luca. In a truly curious move that strongly reads as a desperate move for the flailing entertainment conglomerate to generate just some sort of box office revenue, Disney has announced Pixar's previously released trio of Disney Plus exclusive films, Soul, Luca, and Turning Red, will soon be receiving proper theatrical runs. And I gotta admit, on the surface, the idea of taking these things that haven't released in theaters yet, that you spent a lot making, kind of makes some sense. Put it out there in the theaters, see what happens. But from a PR perspective, this is really going to be almost, in my mind, it could be a lose-lose situation, unless it just does gangbusters, which I don't really see that happening considering how all the Disney movies have been going. But either way, say they do okay. Say they do all right at the box office. Say they even make as much as, I don't know, say something like Wish. That completely tears apart their entire argument about, well, people just aren't going to the theaters because they're waiting for the streamer. They're waiting for it to go on Disney Plus. That's why they're not coming out to see it. Well, if these made the same amount of money as, say, something like Wish did, that would be a complete, total destruction of that entire narrative. Or say it comes out and just like everything else you've been putting out, flops horrifically. No one's interested in it. It's another PR nightmare for Disney. But I'm not sure there's really any other way to look at this other than kind of a desperate move. Hey, we don't have a lot of things coming out. Hey, we're desperate for money. We've lost hundreds of millions of dollars. We already invested a lot in these things. We ended up putting them on Disney Plus, and that was a flop for us. That was a failure for us. We might as well just throw it out in the box office, see if we can recoup a little bit of the money we spent on this. Overall, I get why they're doing it. If I was a company that was as desperate for money as they are right now, then I'd probably think about doing this too. I just really question if anyone's going to be interested enough to go to the theaters. Now, I have heard some decent things about the movie Soul. In terms of Turning Red, that was very divisive. Luca, I've just heard very mad things about it. Nothing super impressive. I don't know if these movies, releasing at some point in 2024, early in 2024, in the lead up to Inside Out Part 2, I don't know if that's going to be the fix that Disney needs it to be, especially after losing so much fucking money in 2023. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.